Am I the asshole? For asking my sister to leave my engagement party or not steal all the attention? I just got engaged to the love of my life, Ben 30M. We wanted to throw an engagement party and let our families get to know each other better. My sister Avery 31F, who has been the favorite among all family members our whole lives, came back home the week before the engagement party. She's been traveling all over the world, Southeast Asia, Africa, Middle East as a physician, and now opted for a change in her life. She has always had the spotlight. Even in my high school graduation she wasn't even there. Everyone mentioned how amazing she was because we went to the same school and how I had filled in her footsteps. Wherever she goes, she just makes everyone else disappear. Before the party, I told her how this party was important for both Ben and I. I also asked year. He does not help with the costs for the sport, but has allowed her to participate the past 2 years. There have been times that tournaments have fallen on a split weekend and we have always just agreed that she will go to whatever house she is switching to after the tournament ends on Sundays. Also, for reference, tuition is $2,695 a season, which does not include flights, hotels, or team dinners. He is aware of when her tournaments are because we both get emails from the organization. I booked our flights for the Vegas tournament. We are flying Thursday night so we can have a little free time before the playing starts. And we are flying back late Monday night, because we have to pick an evening flight in case the team wins and plays in the last game, which is at 5 p.m. Monday. I emailed him the flight info and told him that since she is contractually obligated to play over part of his holiday weekend, I'm willing to extend his time the week after or give him another holiday if that's what he would prefer. He wrote back and said that he doesn't care when I come home, but our daughter needs to be on a plane Saturday p.m. so she can begin her week have the holiday with him. I reminded him that in her contract she cannot miss a tournament, and that even if she was hurt or something she'd need to travel with the team. He continued telling me that I need to book her a flight for Saturday p.m. I told him again that it is against the contract and that she is fined $1,000 for missing all or part of a tournament. I then said that he could even have her Christmas Eve and Christmas Day this year in exchange for President's Day. We don't really celebrate, so it doesn't really matter to me. I also told him he's welcome to fly down to Vegas and sent him the link to the team hotel discount. He told me that if she doesn't fly home on Saturday night he's going to take me to court for contempt. I told him that's fine, she's staying with her team and will be home late Monday night. So am I the asshole here? Not the asshole. Your ex is obviously more interested in making power plays and sticking it to you than a relationship with his daughter. Let him take you to court. Let him explain to the judge why he's sabotaging your daughter's sports, which, BTW, could land her a very nice college scholarship if she excels. In another comment you mention your daughter getting interest from colleges for the sport. Why on earth would a father blow that opportunity for his child? Not the asshole whatsoever. Not the asshole. Most courts usually order pick-up drop-off as the parent who gets the child picks the child up from the other parent. I doubt any court would fine you, but let him get his knickers in a twist. Not the asshole. And congratulations on the divorce. Not the asshole, he's punishing his own kid in order to get back at you. It's so petty and destructive to children of divorced parents. Some kids who go through divorce do just fine when parents act like parents and put their pettiness aside, but when you have this kind of behavior, I hope he's willing to pay for therapy later. As someone who got a scholarship to college to play basketball, thank you. Thank you for supporting your kid. My parents refused to listen to people who told me to stop or told them to stop, and they just kept letting me do what I loved. And I graduated college with zero debt. Your kid is what matters here. Keep it up. Not the asshole. President's Day is not until February. You may have time to file a petition asking to modify the order of custody visitation to allow her to attend the tournament during his parenting time. Let the judge decide whether or not she gets to go to the tournament. Ask your lawyer as to whether you have legal grounds, although I suspect you would win on this issue as his demands are unreasonable. If there is a court order in place dictating this schedule, you would technically be in contempt. But as to whether you are absolutely not the asshole. You've given him numerous options to make up this time and he is refusing just to stick it to you, without considering what his daughter actually wants. Is he just mad that you made all the plans without his permission, or that her plans fell on part of his time? My ex used to try and control everything, so I am familiar. Not the asshole. Particularly since he signed the contract and knew about the tournament. He is just being difficult, at the expense of the child. Tell him he can come spend Saturday evening, Sunday and Monday watching his daughter play in the tournament and supporting his child. Not the asshole. He can go to Vegas and bring her home himself. Not man, I do not miss dealing with that shit. If he tries to bring you to court, just tell the judge that colleges are already scouting her, and that he's been flexible in the past, so there's no reason why he can't be now. You should take this over to our legal advice. While there may be some moral judgment here, the legality of the situation is far more pertinent. Not the asshole. Let him take you to court. When the judge laughs in his face, you can request he pay half the sports fees including travel. What he is trying to ruin your daughter's passion so he can be petty. Not the asshole. And why isn't he helping pay for her sport? If he wants to be a parent, he needs to share all the costs. He sounds like a nightmare to co-parent with, TBH, more interested in playing games than being a dad. Edit wrong sport. Not the asshole. You made several attempts to make up for the missed scheduled date and gave a legitimate reason why. I'd keep communication via text, so if you do go into court the judge will facepalm your ex-husband's demands. Has this happened before in the past, and maybe that is why he is being petty, or is he what I assume to be just an all-around power-hungry joy to be around? Also, we talking young teen or mid to older teen? Don't kids 16 and older have any kind of say in deviating from the schedule? No, you're not the asshole, but your ex sure is. No wonder you divorced him. Good for you for sticking to your guns and not letting him manipulate you into something unreasonable. Keep all the communications and your attempts to compromise for the court. Give them to your lawyer and no longer discuss this issue with him, but tell him he can speak to your attorney. I don't personally think the court will side with your ex, but it's best to be as civil as possible and keep all the evidence that you were the reasonable party. Not the asshole. Your daughter is playing a sport that could help her secure her future through school and job opportunities. As a sports-playing woman myself, I'd be absolutely livid with my dad if he was being such a prick about it. Not the asshole. Your husband is a prick for trying to screw his daughter over just so he can do a power play on you by sticking you with that $1,000 bill for breach of contract with the team. If your daughter is a teen, is she not old enough for the courts to leave it up to her how she spends her time with her parents? Let her know that her dad is trying to force her to miss her game just to dunk on you, and if he takes you to court, try and get the judge to give the girl control of her own situation. See how dad feels if his daughter decides to just completely cut him out of her life. Did he have plans for his time with her? Like, big plans, not just hanging out at home or going to a movie? How far in advance did he know his time would be cut into? Ultimately not the asshole. You gave him options. When they're a teen, they start to have their own lives which cut into both parents' time at some point, and we need to be adults about it and be flexible. Speaking as a co-parent myself, where I live, a judge would laugh at him since he's allowed this flexibility in the past and is thrusting a tantrum this time. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's just President's Day, not a major holiday. He's just doing this to be spiteful. The only person he is hurting is the daughter. I highly doubt he will spend the time and money to try and bring you to court over this. And if he does, it's only going to show just how big of an asshole he is.